Hello, everybody. My name is Ingrid Smith. I will be your instructor for Social Work 321, Human Behavior in the Social Environment. I am doing this video introduction to introduce myself as well as to introduce the class. I will be telling you a little bit about myself and also the expectations I have of you, and also some things to look forward to throughout the semester. So first, let me talk about myself. This is my second year teaching at Eastern New Mexico University. If you've talked to any of your classmates about me, they will probably either love me or hate me. But the one thing that I can tell you is that I'm very consistent and I am not your traditional teacher. I like for my students to think outside of the box. I like for my students to advocate for themselves. I like for my students to take charge of their learning. After all, you guys have paid for this class. And I think that since you've paid for this class, you should be able to have a say about what you learn, how you learn it, and the structure of the class. So be on the lookout for opportunities to be able to advocate for changes in the class, to be able to express your opinion. Also, to pretty much just to be able to say what you like and what you don't like about the class. The one thing that I honor is people who speak up and they say, hey, Ingrid, this is what I like. Hey, Ingrid, can we change this, or whatever the case may be. What I do not honor is those individuals who wait until the last minute or when evaluations come and then bash me or the class. You've had all semester to tell us what you wanted, how you wanted to change the class, what you wanted to see in class, and 9 times out of 10, you never took advantage of that. So again, for all of my students, I want you to advocate. I want you to communicate. I want you to use all those skills that you're going to have to use outside of the classroom when you're dealing with your preferred population or in whatever career that you choose to be in. So that's that. I actually took notes. So if you see me looking to the side, it's to make sure that I'm getting everything. So let's talk about communication. So I will tell you that I do not check my email on a timely fashion. Why? Because I have multiple emails. I have a full life outside of this class. So if you want an immediate response from me, text me. I have provided my phone number in Blackboard. I have put my phone number in the syllabus. You can even ask me what my phone number is, and I will tell you my phone number. Text me. Don't call me. Text me. I don't care if it is 3 o'clock in the morning. If you have a question, text me. I may not respond at 3 o'clock, but most definitely I will respond when I get up in the morning. All of my students know that the fastest way to contact me is to text me. Now, if you want to email me, that's fine, but send me a text message telling me that you're emailing me so I can be on the lookout. Again, I have a whole life and I have multiple email addresses, and sometimes I forget things. So again, if you want an immediate response from me, text me. If you want to talk to me, text me and say, hey, Ingrid, can we schedule a time to talk? But the fastest way to get a hold of me, the fastest way to get a response from me is to text me. I do not mind getting text messages from my students. Excuse me. So text me. Let's see. So I want my expectations are this. I want my students to think outside of the box. In this class, I'm going to challenge your ideas. I'm going to challenge your belief systems. I want to challenge everything. And I want you to think out of the box. I want you to become very uncomfortable because I think the only way, well, not the only way, but one of the ways that people learn is when they become uncomfortable, when they start to challenge themselves and their thought processes and things of how their thought processes and the way they think about things. So I'm going to challenge you. It's not a may, I will be the devil's advocate in a lot of ways. So if you ever say, well, man, why does she say that? It's because I want to see you guys I want to see you guys think outside of the box. I want to see you guys to walk outside of the box, because for those that are social work students, the one thing that I'm going to tell you is that this textbook is not going to teach you social work. Social work is an acquired skill. It's a skill that you learn, and everything in this book is not accurate. So one of the things that I have learned about social work, and I've been doing this for 10 years, is that number one, you have to learn to advocate. Number two, you have to learn to communicate. And number three, you have to be able to be uncomfortable, because there are going to be situations in which you are going to be uncomfortable. So, I think I've already told you that I'm a non-traditional student. I mean, a non-traditional teacher. I like for people to communicate with me. I like for people to tell me what they like and what they don't like. It doesn't mean that you're going to get your way all the time, but what it does mean is that I'm willing to listen to you. I know that I'm not perfect. I got a whole life. And when I tell you I have a whole life, I have a whole life. So there are going to be some times where I'm going to forget deadlines. There are going to be some times when I'm late posting something. So if I'm not perfect, and my life is not perfect, I don't expect for you to be perfect, and I don't expect for your life to be perfect. So there are going to be times when something's going to happen in your life and you're not going to be able to make that deadline. Okay, cool. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. You may get a favorable answer. You may not get a favorable answer. But if you don't talk to me, I will not know. So that means that at the 9th hour, when we have 1 week from class to be over, if you sit here and hand me all this work and then you tell me, well, yo, Ingrid, my dad died, my dog got ran over, and a tornado hit my house, I'm going to be like, oh, well, I ain't know about it. You didn't tell me. I'm still not going to accept that late work. So if you don't want that answer, if you don't want a straight up rejection, communicate with me. When something is going on in your life, let me know what's up, and maybe we can work something out. Oh, I have these videos. As you see now, I have chapter reviews. So each chapter I go over and I review the chapter. It's almost like a lecture, if you will. So, most of the chapter reviews were made like last semester sometime, but I think they're still relevant. I may go in and change a couple of them. I may not. But chapter reviews, they review the chapter. It is what it is. Let's see what else. So within your syllabus, you're going to see that I do not accept late work. And that's the truth. If you turn something in late and you haven't talked to me about it beforehand, I'm not going to accept it. Now, the thing is, there is a time in the semester, and it's all across the board, where assignments, and I'm trying to find it now in the syllabus because I don't want to talk off the top of my head and be wrong in what I tell you. But there's going to be an opportunity in which you will be able to turn in some late work. But I can't find it in the syllabus at the moment, and I don't want to really go into detail and be wrong about it. But I'll post another video about it. How about that? So let's put a pause there. But the one thing that I do want to tell you is that the book, Human Behavior in the Social Environment, Edition 4, it's a relatively cheap book. You can purchase it on Amazon, or you can rent the book on Amazon. I believe I purchased my book for under $20. So most definitely it's not a book that is expensive. The other thing is the coffee shop. The coffee shop was introduced last semester, I believe. So instead of having the option to message a professor privately, you are supposed to utilize the coffee shop, which is in the discussion boards. So go in, if you have a question that you want to ask, you can go and post that question in the discussion board, and you will be able to get answers from myself as well as your peers. I will tell you that I do check the discussion board, if not daily, every other day. I mean, if not multiple times a day, every other day. But sometimes students, your peers may have the well, sometimes your peers may have the answer. Now there are going to be times in which you don't want to put everything on the in the coffee shop. So yes, you can text me if you have something more personal. But if you text me a question and it's in the coffee shop, I will refer you to the coffee shop. And yes, I know some people hate the coffee shop because they say it's hard to read. However, I believe the coffee shop is beneficial, and because the chair wants us to use the coffee shop, we will use the coffee shop for questions. For the discussion board posts are due on Thursday. So anytime a discussion board is due, please hand it in on Thursday by midnight. Papers are due by midnight as well. So, so some people are going to say, well, hey, Ingrid, you live in St. Louis, which is Central Standard Time, and I'm in Mountain Time or whatever time zone you're in. So I'm going to say midnight. Midnight. When it comes back to me, last semester, I had students that were in several different time zones, and their midnight was midnight. On my end, when I see a paper was turned in, all it says is that it was turned in on midnight. So that should answer that question. So office hours. You can schedule office hours with me via Zoom. So if there's something that you want to talk to me about, you can just send me a text and say, hey, Ingrid, can we have set up a meeting on Zoom? And I'll say, of course, and we'll do it that way. Or if you don't want to set it up on Zoom, but you want to have a conversation with me, we can do that as well. I'm trying to think. I don't think that I left anything out, but just to recap, if you have questions, if you want an immediate response, send me a text message. I don't care time or day or when you send that text message, but send me a text message. If you're going to email me, try not to, but send me a text message telling me that you have emailed me so I can check my email. Communication is big. Communicate with me. I want all of my students to be able to think outside of the box and to advocate for themselves. And let's see. That's pretty much it, I believe. So I'm going to end this video because I cannot remember anything else that I should be adding. I have a dog by the name of Temper. So I'm sure he'll be making his debut at some point in time. That's who I'm looking at now because he's looking for something and I'm trying to figure out what he's looking for. But anyway, so yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Send me a text message. Let's talk about it. All right, you guys, have a good day.